Hi everyone, it's me Lubna. Today is Friday, July 21st, 2023. This video is again dedicated to my loved one, and the topic of this video is going to be about living in the moment and recognizing that today is the best day of your life and these are the best times of your life. So in order to introduce that topic, I would like to read aloud my journal entry for today, and this is it. So let me read that out loud right now. Friday, July 21st, 2023. All colors made me happy, even gray. My eyes were such that literally they took photographs. And that quote is from Pale Fire by Vladimir Nabokov. I see the value in all shades of life, the good, the bad, the beautiful, and the ugly. There is a reason for everything. I rest confidently in the knowledge that all things work out perfectly in the end. That is why I work so hard to preserve my memories. They are all that will remain of me after I perish. Life passes by so quickly. Just yesterday, I was a young girl, carefree and hopeful. Today, I am a woman, still hopeful, but with far greater responsibilities placed on my shoulders. Tomorrow I will be a sage, reminiscing over my halcyon days. These are my halcyon days, and I don't even know it. So, yeah, that is my journal entry for today, and the reason I wrote that was because I was thinking about some memories that I have from my recent past, both this summer and also from previous years. And I was just thinking about how at those times, I didn't know how much those moments meant to me. I didn't know how special those memories would be to me. Like, for example, during COVID in 2020, I spent a lot of time at home, back home, living with my mom in Anaheim, California. And I didn't know how special and sweet those days were until after a few years have passed, now that it's 2023. And the lesson to be learned here is that we often don't know that we are in the best days of our lives and we are making such good, often bittersweet memories that we'll look back on later in our life until we're out of that stage of life. We appreciate them when it's too late. And a lot of the time we spent most of our days just thinking about the future and what we're going to do in the future and making plans for the future. All the while, we're living our life, and life is going to pass us by if we don't take the time to commemorate and appreciate the things that are right in front of us. I have been like that in the past. I've been the type of person who would always wish for something in the future. Like, I wanted to have more independence. When I was living at home, I wanted to leave home. When I'm here now in med school, I want to leave med school and move on and start my life. When I was a teenager, I wanted to grow up and be an adult so that I could be who I want to be. When I lived in New York, I was complaining about how I was lonely and I wanted to move back to California. And when I moved back to California, I was complaining about how I didn't want to live at home with my mom anymore. But all those things just prove how much we forget to appreciate what is right in front of us and how much it means to us. And only when we're out of that situation that we're in do we realize how, like, all of the good things. We're so often so busy complaining about what's wrong that we forget about what's right and what's beautiful and what's amazing and emotionally impactful, something that will have significance in our lives later on down the road. I just want to say that everything matters, whether good or bad. Like, sometimes I think about memories I have from difficult periods of my life, and I kind of miss them. Not just kind of, I really do miss them because they are a part of me and they contributed to the person that I am today. And sometimes I wish I could go back and relive them and really, really experience them to the fullest and take as much as I could out of them. Like, for example, when I was a teenager, I went through a kind of a rough period when my parents got divorced. And I didn't know how much that would contribute to my character development until I am now here 27 years old and looking back on that experience in hindsight. So everything, as in that Vladimir Nabokov quote, all colors made me happy, even gray. Every experience is something that I'm grateful for and I'm essentially happy for, because it all contributed to the person that I am today. And who knows, maybe now I might be under a lot of stress because I have to take my board exams for medical school. But in a few years, even in a few months from now, but especially when I'm much older, hopefully, if I live to be very old, I'll look back on these days as my halcyon days, the best days of my life, the most meaningful and beautiful days, the carefree days, the happy days, a period of calm and peace and goodness. So that's just what I want to share with you today. I want to make you aware that maybe you are in the best days of your life right now and you don't even know it, because things can get hard at any time. Like, things can happen without you expecting them to happen, and you can lose what you have right now at any second, at any given moment. So don't forget to realize that these are the best days of your life. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my video today, and I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is, wherever you are.